Welcome back to Rich Snob, the channel where we explore the lives of the world's wealthiest contents. Today, we're delving into the story of a man who's often referred to as the billionaire who owns Mexico. That's right, we're talking about Carlos Slim Helu, a true titan of business. Sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed. Carlos Slim Helu is a highly successful Mexican businessman who has achieved remarkable business accomplishments in Latin America. He was the first Latin American billionaire and the first wealthy person from a developing market to be at the top of Forbes' annual billionaire list. He has a significant influence on the Mexican economy, as he is involved in various industries such as telecommunications, retail, food services, engineering contracting, oilfield services, auto parts manufacturing, power transmission parts manufacturing, construction materials, cement, concessions, banking, insurance, mining, hospitality, and real estate development. Collectively, his businesses provide jobs for more than 300,000 people in Latin America and play a substantial role in Mexico's economic activities. His wealth is substantial, representing nearly 18% of Mexico's entire stock market value, over 2% of the country's total household wealth, which is estimated to be around $4 trillion, and more than 6% of its GDP. Carlos Slim's level of wealth is quite extraordinary and unmatched anywhere in the world. It's similar to the Gilded Age in America, when powerful industrialists, sometimes called robber barons, had significant influence over the United States economy. In response to this, Mexican authorities have started taking action by enforcing antitrust laws to reduce Carlos Slim's control over the national telecom industry. He gained a strong position in this industry by winning an auction for a protected telecom services monopoly in Mexico. He then upgraded technology, implemented clever marketing strategies, improved efficiency, and wisely expanded services across Latin America. This move was the key to his success, allowing him to rank as the world's richest person for 4 consecutive years starting in 2010. Carlos Slim's business skills were passed down from his immigrant father, Don Julian Slim Helu, a Maronite Lebanese Christian who came to Mexico. Together with his brother Jose, Don Julian started a dry goods store called La Estrella de Oriente, which means the Orient Star in English. This store was located in downtown Mexico City and was financed with letters of credit. Later on, Carlos Slim attended the prestigious UNAM University in Mexico, where he earned a civil engineering degree and also taught algebra and linear programming on the side. Although he didn't start entirely from scratch, he was a prolific builder of his business empire right from the beginning. He did inherit 4 properties in Polanco, the top business district in Mexico City, after his father's passing in 1953, which provided a foundation for his future success. Carlos Slim didn't stop at inheriting those properties. He took the initiative to redevelop all 4 of them, erecting buildings on each. He even lived in one of those apartments after getting married and having children with his late wife, Sumaya Damat Gamail. This all began around 1965, when he started developing significant parcels of prime real estate. He founded and supported 3 property development companies and 2 construction equipment rental firms. On the side, he invested in domestic stocks through his own brokerage firm, called Inversora Bursátil S.A. DCV. By 1976, Carlos Slim had an impressive track record in real estate development. He had constructed properties covering roughly 2 million square meters in some of the most desirable locations in Mexico City. During this time, he also began acquiring distressed publicly listed companies, either in whole or in part, and turning them around for a profit. He often retained many of these companies in his own portfolio. To finance these initial acquisitions, he liquidated some of his vast real estate holdings. One of his most significant acquisitions was in 1981, when he acquired a cigarette manufacturer known as Cigarros La Tabacalera Mexicana S.A. DCV, often referred to as Cigatam. The strong cash flow from Cigatam played a crucial role in funding his subsequent acquisition spree. Carlos Slim's incredible business journey began in 1965 and took off in 1976. He acquired various companies. Many of these were trading in Mexico and offered opportunities for growth, especially as their values were below their intrinsic worth during the late 1970s and throughout the 1980s. One of Carlos Slim's most significant achievements was winning the auction in 1990 to purchase control of the national telecom carrier, Telefonos de Mexico S.A.B. DCV, commonly known as Telmex. This marked Mexico's largest privatization to date and greatly enriched the savvy Mexican entrepreneur. Telmex, initially a wireline telecom services monopoly, was upgraded with new technology and expanded to include wireless telecom services, broadband internet, and cable TV. He bought out his partners, including Southwestern Bell Corporation and France Telecom SA, and secured control of the telecom carrier by paying $1.757 billion for a majority of its common shares and voting rights. Carlos Slim's share of this transaction was $426 million, financed with a loan from the acquired company itself. He later repaid the loan in full after receiving a substantial special dividend from the company, reducing his initial investment. From there, Carlos Slim aggressively expanded wireless telecom services region-wide, becoming the undisputed leader in the Latin American industry with nearly 280 million paying subscribers. He also consolidated his growing shareholding in the company through dividend reinvestment plans and open market purchases, gaining majority economic control. Today, his giant telecom multinational, Americamóvil S.A.B. DCV, is the centerpiece of his empire and a significant contributor to his net worth, estimated to be over $80 billion, according to Forbes. Carlos Slim's empire includes control over 9 companies, most of which are considered blue-chip companies in the Mexican market. Despite his immense wealth, Carlos Slim is active in philanthropy. He has supported 3 charitable foundations, including one focused on preserving historic Spanish colonial buildings in Mexico City and a museum named after his late wife, housing a significant collection of Auguste Rodin's sculptures and Mexican art. His daughters manage his philanthropic efforts, and his foundations, Fundación Carlos Slim and Fundación Telmex Telcel, are endowed with $3.5 billion and $1.5 billion, respectively, funded entirely from Carlos Slim's own resources. Carlos Slim Helu's remarkable success has made him one of the most accomplished businessmen in Latin America and a prominent figure within the Maronite Lebanese diaspora, as his mother also had Maronite Lebanese Christian heritage. In conclusion, Carlos Slim Helu's story is a testament to what can be achieved with determination and a keen eye for opportunities. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the life of the billionaire who owns Mexico. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Rich Snob for more intriguing stories about the world's richest individuals. Until next time, stay inspired.